because it lets me know, number one, you haven't heard a lot of me yet. You know what I mean? To have like there hasn't been a style like that. That's good. And number two, it opens a door for another avenue of hip hop music for you to be able to listen to now. I love hearing, yeah, it's different because you can't, when you hear, like, I don't know about you, but I don't like being automatically compared to an artist right away. Like, oh, your shit sounds like this.
Yeah.
You sound like Lupe. You sound like, you know what I mean? Kid Cudi, you sound like this. And it's just like, not really.
It's not a bad thing, but it's a good thing when you don't get it, because then you're like, cool, now I know that I don't sound like anyone else in a sense.
Yeah. I like sounding different means that they're not used to listening to your music. That's why it's different, but they like it. So, because it's different, it's not from what you're used to. They just need more of it. But yeah, it's just, I like that compliment. I feel like, I mean, I always appreciate compliments in general, but as an artist, you know, I'm not trying to sound like anybody else. So when you get that comparison, it's just kind of like, oh, well, thank you. But it's just like, I don't know. It's like if you're going to somebody else's house and they're making you this food and you're just like, oh yeah, this tastes just like Boston Market type of food. And they're like, what? Like, first of all, like, huh? Have you ever had Boston Market? Oh, you shouldn't. But anyway,
I think I only went there once on a Friday night.
But the automatically like first initial thought or response is to compare it to something else, and it's like, come on, fam, like this is my work.
Just have to
stop comparing shit and let it be.
Yeah.
Let it be its own.
And people were
greatness.
comparing your work to another artist on on comments on posts that you were doing.
Yeah, like
one
of my former instructors like try to tell me like, you should do this style because you're good at it. That immediately aggravated me as an artist, because I'm like, I'm not a one-trick pony.
Right.
And it's funny because like I was talking to David like I think it was like last week or a few days ago, that like I get what the instructor's saying, but I also take offense to it because like I don't want to be labeled as that. And after that instructor told me that, like, I literally stopped doing that style for a while. Like I ended up just doing like different styles, like they're using different mediums, like so to the point where like people are not gonna recognize or get familiar with my style.
Right. Exactly. It doesn't have to be labeled. It's your own label. You're still coming up with it. So for somebody to put something on something that you like, for somebody to put a label on something that you haven't even defined yet, that you're still defining, that's insulting. At least to me it is. So it's just like, it doesn't deserve a label because I haven't defined it yet. Or at least that's how I feel. Like if you're up and coming, like we're still trying to make our own lane. We're still trying to, establish our own platform. So give us that respect as an individual. You know what I mean? Instead of instantly comparing me to another artist, what is it about the music that you do like that makes it dope, that does make it different?
Right.
Or your art that does make it dope, that does make it stand out, that does make it different. Your art, what makes it stand out, that brings out the potential instead of the comparison. What is it that draws you to it?
You're dropping a lot of tools right now, man. That's good. I think I never really thought about that. Like when I've always, my whole thing about comparison, especially as like coming up as an artist, I know who inspires me. I know damn well, and I know that's why I asked you if you listen to anybody, because there's points where I won't listen to anybody's music.
Yeah,
it's kind of frustrating. But it's like calmness at the same time, because it's like I want to be able to solidify my sound. And so when you get people, like especially the young kids I'm around all the time, when they listen to my music, they're like, this doesn't sound like anybody. I'm like, yeah. It's a good feeling. It's like a feeling of accomplishment, because we all love music, and we all love artists for one reason to another reason to 1,000 million reasons. So when you as a young artist start to get your own imagery, whether that be painting, whether that be music, whether that production, when you get your own sound, your own imagery, and people start to say that's what Justin does, this is what Jonnie Bars does, this is what Nato does, this is what you do. And that's a good feeling because that's like solidifying you're here in your lane. You're not boxed in, you're just here. In your own thing.
Yeah.
And